Today is the day the Supreme Court of the United States has a position about the gay marriage, specifically kind of pertaining to California's Proposition 8. And how do you understand that kind of position?
My understanding is the gay marriage in California is legal now, and whatever people is expecting, you either expecting that gay marriage is illegal or marriage should be legal. They're all legal now, and people can get married. Either you're in different sex or same sex, they're all in a legal term.
Okay. So in your kind of practice, do you have chances to see gay
Yes, I do. Yes, I
people,
do.
lesbian
my name is
couples?
Victoria Lee. I have my own law firm. My law firm's name is the Victoria Law Offices. Probably a lot of people on the audience in front of the TV know me. Lots of people that come into my law firm to prepare their estate planning. I'm an estate planner. My law firm representing a majority of the new immigrants and Indians and Chinese and all over the world, and also local American. We're also representing a lot of gay and lesbian clients. I do have a lot of gay and lesbian clients. And I love them. They are nice people. They are nice, well-educated. They are handsome. Let me tell that. Like I see from the internet, the last handsome guy in the world who is a gay. Wow, haha. So they actually fit in all the girls' dream about how the guy should look like, and they have a good job. They're wealthy. That's why they all have these estate planning problems. I do have a lot of cases involving a large estate in a gay couple. The problem is in estate planning field, I can only talk about in my field, I'm sorry. So it just, though I know is the spouse, the definition of a spouse is different from today. That is something that is, I think this is huge. It's in a big range, especially applying to the taxation part. I do have a tax degree. I have a law degree in taxation, specializing in the taxation. That's why I would love to talk about taxes a lot with my clients. I do see a lot of problems in my cases about taxes. Let's say the gay couples, they have one gay couple earns a lot of money. One live at home, stay-home father, or no children. Well, the problem is the person who has a lot of money, when they died, there's no community property created. And the U.S. tax law provides that the transfer between spouses are free. But the key word is a spouse. And what is the spouse is the key word. And from today, the definition of a spouse definitely changed. But without a uniform act of an IRS ruling about what is the definition of a spouse, we can't do anything, because let's say one spouse stay at home and the other spouse earns a lot of money and they have like $6 million. You know, January 1st, 2013, Obama enacted this new law for federal tax, state tax exemptions, $5 million. Every Chinese know about it because Chinese are rich people now in America. A majority of my clients, they are Chinese, they're wealthy. So you know you have $5 million per person for free. But transfer between spouses are free. So if Bill Gates died, he can give all his money to his wife for free. He has no tax issue when he died. The same thing as to this gay couple is different, because he died, he has $6 million, he can't give it to his, spouse in fact, if we don't have this rule about what is the spouse's. So he can't give it to his spouse for free. The spouse has to pay tax before taking his $6 million, which is $1 million around 1 million by bracket, and you pay taxes. So there's a lot of money involved here. So that's the main thing that impact my field, is that whenever a gay couple come in, I always need to say, I'm sorry. I always need to say that, I'm sorry, unfortunately, federal law doesn't recognize you guys as a spouse. So we need to talk about taxes to begin with. You understand that. And we need to try our best to help them to avoid paying taxes. They have to pay me. Of course, you know, attorney, they are pricey. We are pricey, but we can help you to avoid paying more taxes. But now, if we change the rule of the definition of the spouse, I think that a lot of gay couple doesn't need to plan that much. Like the portability rule still applies to couple. You can portable your parents' exemption, but you can portable your spouse's exemption. But are they spouse? They are not before. But now they're, yes, in California, but not in the state, not in the federal. So like what I see, if it is same, we're the same people, you know. You're people, I'm people. You have 2 eyes, I have 2 eyes. You have 2 arms, I have 2 arms. We're people. Maybe you have different skin. Well, it's like a black, and like Japanese, like Chinese. We used to be discriminated by American, and used to be have the black that can't go to school even. Well, why we discriminate a person who want their marriage to be like same sex? Well, I don't mind what other people think. I do think that we need to respect people's selection. I'm not saying if my daughter is a lesbian, I'm going to say, well, let me think about it. I need to say that, but I want to respect the person who are the same as me to select their way of living, and especially they should enjoy the same. I have heard someone talking about, well, if we give those gay couples the same rights as different sex people, our country may lose a lot of money because the Social Security benefits, because the health insurance benefit, a lot of them involve this, like the surviving spouse can get the Social Security of the main earner. But let me tell you, if these people get married and his spouse still enjoy the same, right? We didn't lose anything.
Of course, these people, gay and lesbian people, probably they are happy, especially when they are married. You know, like you said, that they are no status quo, like they are still living in, they are living in there as spouses. But are there anybody unhappy about this one? The Supreme Court ruling?
Well, I didn't hear that today. Just come out, and I didn't hear someone. But today I have 8 clients. I run over from my office. Among 8 of them, 2 of them are same-sex marriage. 2 of them are
Did you
registered.
talk with them, today?
Yeah, today I talked to them today. They're really happy, and they didn't even know. They didn't even know the ruling. And even if the lady from your TV station didn't call me, I don't even know, wow, the ruling's come out. So I told them now, wow, there's the ruling come out, they're happy, they're really happy about it. And also, let me tell you, a lot of people has another problem is, pensions. A lot of company has pensions. I do have those cases, like pension. UPS has pensions. And some state employees, they have pensions. And UC, University of California, they have pensions. The pensions has different rules than the 401k or IRA. It's not really a retirement, okay? So if there's a very small period of time, and a very short period of time, you can elect to take the lump sum. If you elect to take lump sum, they probably only pay you $1 for whatever you should have. Means 1/3 or 50% depends on which pension plan you are in. So they have policies. So if you don't have a spouse, you need to think about how long can you live. If you live longer, it's nice because pension is a pool. Everybody put their money in throughout their lifetime. If you live in 90s and 100. You take other people who died in their 60s money. So you need to guess, how long are you going to live? Do you have any problems or any disease in genes or anything, something like that? I always discuss it with my clients, and they always ask me, do you think I should take lump sum out? I said, well, you need to think about your mom died in 90s or your mom died in 60s. But still, if you have a spouse, you actually extend that, because the spouse can take as a surviving spouse to take survivor's share for longer.
Yeah.
So the definition of a spouse is very, very important for everybody, almost, especially for the gay couple. And also, I don't think they only ruled on the gay couple, lesbians, but there are other kind of people out there still need attention. I want to bring attention to everybody, to the public in large. I do have a lot of clients who are domestic partners. They are second citizen as well. There's different sex, but they're not married. They registered with the state. They are a couple. Are they spouses? They do not enjoy the
same kind of benefit.
Same kind of benefit in the federal law as well. So I think they should solve this problem at the same time. So gay couple, lesbian, domestic partner, you have to solve this problem at the same time. You don't want to always have this, because whenever the client comes in, we'll have the decision, are you legally married? Okay. Do you have the marriage license? So,
yeah. Do you have, of course, today's what is going on is kind of expected, by the general public. People in the United States usually, accept that kind of concept, same-sex marriage, something, especially this year. But do we expect these kind of things? Can we imagine that back 10 years ago we can expect what is happening today?
Yeah, I know. This is huge. This is really huge. I really pleased to see that, because people can accommodating other people's desire more. Like some people want to wear red, some people want to wear purple, and some people want to dress up really fancy, some people just don't want to. I think we all respect that, as long as they didn't do anything bad to the society. And majority of the gay couple and the lesbians, they don't have children, so they love other people's children. Sometimes they donate a lot of money. What I see, I'm sorry, it's not. I can't say everybody will do that, but what I see, they died, they donated money to the society, to Stanford Hospital, to the Jews Children's Hospital, and to the cancer research. They are doing a lot of good things.
Actually, you participate in the process, this kind of donation process?
Yes, I help them to select which charity is the one really fit in their needs. Like say, I ask them, if you want to donate, what kind of feeling you have. If you have the money when you're young, you think that what you really want to give it to, what you really want. Let's say, I don't have money when I was young, that someone support me to go through the law school, go through the medical school or whatever. I said, tell me if there is something like that, or their grandparents died because of a certain cancer or something that impact their life more, and I will select the charity, the organizations for them to give the money to. We will talk to the organization and ask them what is their mission statement, and they can talk. And also, I personally drafted those mission statements for their donations as well. It means my donations is used for what? Sometimes they donate it to the schools or to the hospitals, or some foundations they want to give it to. We do draft those for clients. And I've seen a lot of gay couples, they are doing that. They don't have children. You know what I mean, and everybody know what I mean. If you have children, you know how much they spend. So they don't have children, they don't spend money, they have a quality life, and they have their money to donate to the societies. But they save their money not to pay the IRS, but they give their money and give it to the society. I think they're nice.
Do you have
Mm-hmm.
experience interacting with Asian American same-sex
Yes,
couple?
I do.
Yes?
I have a.
Do you see them any difference?
I do. Yeah, I do. I actually have a colleague. She is a Vietnamese. She's a Vietnamese, and she was born here, and she's lesbian. She's a specialist, and we have certain areas specializing in. She's specializing in the gay and lesbian marriage, couple, estate planning, and she is pretty young. And we graduated from same law school, and we talk. We always talk. She invited me to her seminars, and we talk about it, and what is going on, and how the ruling will impact something that we always talk about that. And they are dedicated and doing their work. And I see that actually it's not, I don't want to discriminate different sex marriage, but people in gay marriage or in lesbian marriage, they're really dedicated. They're professionals, and they know what they're doing. And I actually really admire because they used to be discriminated by their parents, by the societies, but they stand up themselves. They're saying, this is what I believe. This is the person I love. Well, by accident to be a man, or by accident to be a woman.
Actually, we do see some kind of people who go to church very often.
Yeah.
That they still have kind of very hard feeling for this kind of marriage.
Right. Sometimes they can persuade their parents to
do you
support
hear
them.
any voice from them?
Not really, but they tell me something about themselves. But according to the attorney-client privilege, I can't talk too much about it.
Of course.
They do. Some of them have very sad stories about it, but they really stand on their point. That's what they want. And also, let me tell you, these spouses' definition will really impact the taxes people will pay. And I don't know if they retroactively applied to the cases before. Can you refile, like say, the Proposition 8, that you filed the case already now? You filed your return already now, you found out you owe taxes because you can't file jointly, because you're not legitimate spouses. Maybe you can try to file it again, because now it's your legitimate spouses. Maybe you can use the spouse, the spouse's bracket, and bring your bracket down, and then you can pay less. Before you may owe taxes, now you may not, but just start. And also, I think about it is because the lady from TV station talked about this with me. I said, well, what I talk about? I have nothing to talk about. But I think about one thing. I used to have this case. The gay couple or lesbian couple, they're not the spouse. If they didn't write down anything, the spouse will receive 0. This is the problem. I used to have this case. The lesbian spouse has to be driven out by the parents because she lives in the house that owned by the deceased wife or husband, whatever, they're same sex. Wow, this is pretty sad. She called me, she asked me, she was crying, she's saying, what should I do? There's so many stuff a lot of things in the house that are sentimental in value. I would love to have them, but the parents doesn't want her to have her stuff because parents hate this marriage. And the parents said, you're not legally married. Parents is legally inherit the deceased's wife or the husband, whatever, the woman's asset. And she will end up with nothing. She used to stay home and still stay home, and nobody will give her money anymore. She wouldn't enjoy the Social Security that she's supposed to enjoy from her because she earned a lot of money. And at that point, I'll always suggest all the lesbian or gay couples, you need to consider to have a will or a trust drafted. I'm not here to promote my business. You can have any attorney to draft your wills and trust. But I would just saying that you really need to find an attorney, talk about it, especially about taxes. And also the inheritance is only applies to spouse. But the state law changes supposedly, right?
Yeah.
So in the probate code, there's supposed to be, I just think about this, I'm sorry. I don't remember the code section, I'm so sorry, I'm supposed to remember it. I think it's 21,000 something, 21601, I'm sorry. If I say it wrong, I'm sorry. So there is a section in 21,000. The section code is omitted spouse. Means if your spouse died and created a will long before and you were not included, if you're the spouse before the marriage, if you're the spouse, you can claim it after this person's death. You can claim your share, so at least 50%. So I think that law may apply to gay couple now. So this is the good news.
And you have a lot
Yeah,
of
this
job.
is just something come up to my mind. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
Just
I
think
understand. I
it will come up,
personally understand. 20 years ago,
Yeah.
the political topic, federal level, was about gay in the military. At the time, the policy, standard policy by government of
DOMA.
Bill Clinton, is that kind
You
of
mean the
don't
DOMA?
ask, don't tell. Gay in the military, don't ask, don't tell. Today, people are openly talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that kind of progress that we are expecting, that probably that kind of progress will go on in the
I
next
think
20 years?
It's like, you have black co-workers. So what? Before you were saying, oh my God, I'm staying with a black guy, right? I mean, maybe 50, 60 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And even you're Chinese, so, and people don't want to stay with you because Chinese equal to something that is not really the same as a Caucasian. So I think Caucasian now in California is minority, we're majority. So I think the law is getting more liberal, more respectful, and more human.
That is fundamental.
Yeah, you're supposed to be. You come to the American for what? I vote against the Proposition 8 because I think you need to respect people's choice, even though you don't like it. So if my daughter tells me she's a lesbian, I told her no, okay? But if other people select it, I support it because this is their way of thinking of their life. I totally respect that.
How old is your daughter?
She's 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
she's 20.
At the age of 20, if she chooses kind of a life she wants to be.
I used to ask her because she has a childhood sweetheart. They're like one person, and so they want to sleep together, they're playing together all the time. I said, oh, her name is Annie. I said, Annie, you're not lesbian, are you? And she said, no. I'm more interested in guys than girls, so don't worry about it. Okay. But I still respect people around me who select their way, even though I don't want my daughter to be like that.
That is nice. That is very nice.
Yeah, I think they should. It's like, supposedly, I don't, not supposedly say here, but older Chinese guy don't like Japanese. My daughter, she worshipped Japanese things, Japanese animation, drawing, dress, everything. Everything's Japanese. So I kind of say, okay, you guys like Japanese now. But I don't really want to tell her I don't like Japanese. I don't want to say that.
Okay.
I would respect her, have her to go her way. If she likes Japanese and she wants to go to Japan to study, she told me she may go to Japan to study. I said, okay, that's fine. I support it. She likes to speak in Japanese. That's fine. I don't want to use my own, value to value others. It's like the same. If you respect others, others respect you as well.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't like gay people, you don't like lesbian. Well, Caucasian doesn't like you. This is their land. You guys coming over here. You're saying, oh, we're equal. But let me tell you, you come over here. Your lawyers, your CPAs, your TV anchors, you guys are taking other people's job that supposedly belongs to Caucasian, right? So everybody needs to be sharing. You need to sharing this planet. You don't want to say, oh, this is mine place, not yours.
Yeah, you make a very good case and a very good examples talking a lot, about the, law business, how to deal with that. Thank you very much. We understand a lot, especially your stories. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.